Hello wonderful people, I hope you are all doing good. Today I will be reviewing some March comebacks because I feel like it and I have a lot of things to say about March and K-pop. I would personally like to say I'm not hating on anyone in this video, as in that is incredibly rude and unhealthy for the K-pop community. Anyway, with that out the way, let's get started. Firstly, let's start off with Tempest Bad News. This song is very good in my opinion. At first listen I was hesitant, but then I gave it another listen and I fell in love. I loved the refreshing, cool concept the song gave. I do think that the raps could be just a little better, but that is just me. I personally think that the song did show off what Tempest has and I'm all in for it. B-sides. For the B-sides I was also very impressed with the production and instrumentals of the songs. Sometimes in K-pop the title track would give off one concept, but then the B-sides give off a whole other concept, making the whole mini-album a mess, but Tempest did not do this. Instead they stuck to the refreshing, cool with some boy crush concept, which I loved. Whole thing. In all, I would rate this mini-album 9/10. I loved this mini-album so much and it was way more than I expected, but this is just a debut mini-album and it didn't go to the extent where it seemed too good to be a debut mini-album, but the visuals, vocals, raps, and dances were on point and I'm excited to see what more they have to give. Next we have Weekly. Let's start with Vampara. I loved the song even though I'm not the biggest fan of girl crush concepts. I think Weekly did an excellent job doing the concept. The songs reminds me of Luna in a good way and I think that Weekly was able to pull of that girl crush, space universe concept really well. B-sides. The B-sides were on point. They gave us an upbeat song and a make so relaxed song that sounded amazing. I loved Solar and WIML so much. I would say Weekly has come very far. Whole thing. Just like before, we were given an amazing EP by Weekly. I would rate it a 8/10. It has beautiful visuals, vocals, and raps. I do think that it could have been better without the girl crush concept, but again this is just me. Okay, so at first listen I was very hesitant and it was the day after it was released my mind opened up to the amazing sound of Tomboy. This was one of the best comebacks from G-Idol ever. This edgy dark concept G-Idol has done is amazing. It was really Blonde Yuki time to shine. B-sides. As always, they were so good. My bag had amazing raps and don't get me started on how good Polaroid is. We got a perfect mix of rap and vocals from these girls and I'm here for it. Whole thing. In all, this was a 10/10 for me. It was a good first album and Sujin would be so proud. It had amazing all round the circle. Okay, hands down best March release. Maniac has such a good unique concept and I feel like we couldn't have asked for anything better. I am sad Felix couldn't be in the whole dance, but the other 7 slayed the dance and when Felix was there I almost died. B-sides. Okay, now come on, any of the songs on this album could have been a title track, they are all that good. Dance Ratcha, Vocal Ratcha, and 3 Ratcha did amazing on the other unit songs. Whole thing. Hands down a 10/10. Ordinary was the biggest thing that has happened in 2022 so far. I couldn't have asked for anything more. This is the best self-produced album I've ever heard. Every inch of this album is amazing from vocals to visuals etc. Lastly we have Red Velvet Feel My Rhythm. The song itself gives off an experimental sound and just like Red Velvet has done in the past, Red Velvet had perfected the experimental sound they were given. The song is also not what you would expect. I thought more elegance, but we got elegance and experimental, which I loved. B-sides. I loved the B-sides, they did what we needed, we got a very good mix in songs and I loved the songs. Whole thing. In all, I loved the album. I would rate it 10/10. It have an experimental kinda concept but also good songs. I think Red Velvet did a good job. In conclusion, I think March was a great month for K-pop and I couldn't have asked for a better month. What did you think about March? I hope you enjoyed. Bye.